The Tone Traveler. What is it, and does it really work? Let's find out. So I've done a test on this Tone Traveler before, and I let it sit on a guitar for a week just to see if there were any differences. It was pretty rudimentary in its scope. I just let it sit on there for a week. That's it. And I think there was a little bit of a difference in the tone, but it seemed like it quickly went away just because I honestly couldn't tell you, because I'm sure there's somebody out there who would love to tell me. You guys love to tell me everything. But there was a noticeable difference at first. So I thought I'd like to lengthen the test, and I let this sit on a guitar for a month, and I want to share my results with you. I have a friend who has this HD28V, and of course they don't make these anymore. So this however, it's a case queen. This thing doesn't have a scratch on it. It's in great condition, mint condition, I would dare say. And the reason I thought about this was because he let me explore his guitar collection, and I saw this, and when I played it, I thought, well, it sounds a little closed up. I guess that's a word that most people use, closed up. So I said, hey, do you mind if I go ahead and put this thing on it for a month and just kind of see the results? And I certainly think that it has done something. Now, this one, I was a little more calculated in how I did it. I put new strings on it for the initial test video, let it sit on there, which, by the way, this thing just hangs off of it has a little, like a T-shaped hook in there. So you stick it in the strings and then turn it sideways, and it just rests right against the bridge. Let me turn it so you don't get a glare. Rests right against that bridge and vibrates the top, and it actually has a frequency that you can pick. Let me show you. It comes with this tablet, and you can select which strings you want it to vibrate, or what sound you want it to make, or you can do the whole thing. Of course, you can do like bowed instruments, mandolin, banjo. What is that? Oh, and then you can just pick whatever note you want. So I just did the guitar setting and let it ring just the open strings for 1 month, 30 days. And it just sat in a humidified room, a climate-controlled room for the entire test. And so I'm gonna change the strings again and play as best as I'm gonna watch a video of what I played the first time and try to match it as close as I can. Guys, you ought to know that it's hard to play the same thing twice, especially if you just noodle the first time. Shame on me. I should have played something specific, and maybe that way the test could have been a little bit better. But this is you get what you get and don't throw a fit. So anyways, this is the test of the Tone Traveler. I'm trying this coffee from Fiji, a place called Kiribati. It's weird. It's spelled Kiribati, but the locals there say Kiribati. My dad just came back from a mission trip over there end of December, and he brought back all the stuff that he tried over there. And so this was what they had to drink, because out there is no fresh water, because they're surrounded by ocean. Like, he showed us a video. There's a video of him driving on the highway, the ocean to the right, ocean to the left, just far out there. So this is a little strip of land in Kiribati. No fresh water. Had to have bottled water, and you don't drink the water over there. That tap water, give you the squirts, and probably worse. But he had to drink this with bottled water, and well, I wouldn't pick it. I'll say that. It's not horrid, but as my cousin would say, it tastes a lot like white girl coffee. I drink my coffee very bold, not bitter. I don't drink bitter coffee. Bold, full flavored, chocolatey notes. I like a medium dark roast. I don't like dark roast that's over roasted, that you can really get into the weeds about that stuff, but this is not my common cup of coffee. But you know what? It was nice. It was nice that he brought back a taste of the islands, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know where this stuff's made, but this is what he had to drink over there. In case anyone's wondering, I used D'Addario EJ17s on this project. Probably one of my favorite strings. I actually start using the D'Addario XS Phosphor Bronze. I really love them. Never been a coated string fan, but those ones did win me over. The lifespan's great. But for just everyday guitar strings, EJ17s for me, hard to beat. Also using a Blue Chip 50 for this project with the one rounded edge. This is this is the longest Blue Chip I've ever owned. It looks like it has two rounded edges because I've worn that primary edge down so much. This pick is like 17 years old. No, 16 years old. Yeah, 16 years old. First one I ever got. So I was watching an episode of, Ye Old Homeschooling with Uncle Larry, the old Tom Bukovac, and he did something that I don't ever see anyone else do. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years, but he pre-cut his strings before he strung it up. It's nice to see when somebody does something the way you do it, especially somebody, as good as him. I can't. He didn't learn it from me. Never met the guy, but I do it so I don't have any exposed wire ends. I can't tell you how many times I'll go if like the tuner's up here reaching up to mess with the tuner, or how many times I've been bumped somebody with a headstock. I've been stabbed. One time's enough, but way too many times for it to, for me not to do it this way. It's so much cleaner looking. Get a lot of questions about it. How do you know where to cut the strings? And if anyone's curious, usually if it's on the left side of the headstock, I go one tuning machine and a half up, and then stick it in and bend it. Honestly, the cutting part isn't as tricky as kind of getting a feel for getting it in the machine, the peg here, and then bending it right. Okay, so initial thoughts. I think that there are more overtones available, good overtones, not just because not all overtones are good overtones in my opinion, but I think that it sounds a little airier to a certain extent. Again, I don't know that this is the end-all be-all for all of your acoustic instrument needs. It is a really cool device. I will say that. The fact that somebody put that much design effort into making something that would vibrate at a certain frequency so that it could try to simulate years of playing, which is that's what this thing's trying to do, simulate years of playing. And I think it does what it says it's supposed to do. It won't take, here I will say this, it will not take a terrible guitar and make it a good guitar. Not even a decent guitar. If it's a bad guitar, if it's just poorly built, and of course in the world of acoustics, there's a whole lot more that goes into it than, in the world of electrics. And I'm not knocking any electric guitar makers because obviously there's something to be said for craftsmanship. But tone woods matter, construction matters on these more so than an electric guitar. So if it's not a good guitar, it's not going to make it a good guitar, All right, let me review some of what I played so I can try to play it for you guys. So there you have it. Does the Tone Traveler really work? Did it actually awaken this sleepy, mint condition case queen? I'm telling you, when I say case queen, I mean case queen. This thing, there's not a mark on it. It didn't even have the strap button installed yet. This thing has literally been in the case its whole life. So I thought it would be a great candidate to try this bad boy out. The one I tried before, it was on a guitar that gets played quite a lot. And like I said, I thought I noticed a difference, a slight difference, albeit. But this one, what do you think? Do you think that really brought the guitar back to life? Obviously, the biggest difference to me was when I put fresh strings on it. That's going to bring anything back to life. I think it made the biggest difference with the strings on the guitar. But what do you think? I haven't listened to the footage yet, so I'm going to listen to it when I put the video together. And I'll let you know what I think in the comment, the first comment. So you just let me know what you think about this Tone Traveler thing. Is it a gimmick? You tell me. Hey, guys, listen, it's 2025. Never thought we'd be here, but it is a new year, first video of the year here. We're all trying to get better together, so you just keep grinding away.